Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, and I'm back. Spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. That means you. Having the opportunity to experience your dreams in your bodies on this planet during these times. I've asked you to make me to be the next president of the United States as a write-in. Earlier today I did a broadcast for you, and I mentioned there how often I say that's going to be my last, and not long after then I'm inspired to say something else to you. Well, this has not been a full day, and I'm inspired to come back to you and answer a question that I have that you might have. And that question is, for someone like me who I have no political life. I've had ambitions to run for office, but I've never been elected into one of them. And my experience has basically been, well, I even tell you that my experience doesn't matter when it comes down to events and association within our American society, because I'm speaking for you about change that would allow you to live the life you've hoped for, the life you've dreamed for, but never realized. And that is based upon a principle of God being the author of the universe, including you and I, including right, including peace and prosperity and joy. And that being the case, I have to only refer to the principles that God has laid down. You know, I think about many of you who are considering the political November. And I'm reminded this morning on the news that Mitt Romney has spent over $77 million. $77 million, ladies and gentlemen, through media sources, transportation, other costs, to get you to understand that he is the guy for you. And his basic principle, or should I say his basic asset that he's mentioning to you, is that he is a businessman. And for $77 million, that means you have given him this money. So that's what you're looking for, a businessman. Do you know what a businessman is about? A businessman is about exploitation. All businesses are about exploitation. Sure, they give you a good or a service, but it's predicated on profit. Profit, my friends, sisters and brothers, is predicated on exploitation, getting more back than what is given. So you have given $77 million to a man to go out there and champion his businessmanship, that he can outsmart somebody else. He can outsmart some country. He can open up doors that would allow other individuals to open up a business that would put people to work, that would make an opportunity for goods to go out or services to go out, and it would rip the country off, those who take advantage of these, in such a degree that he can pay workers, that he can hopefully pay for insurance for them, that he can hopefully have some fringe benefits for them. And that means a good ripping off of you, the public. Or should I say, you're hoping that he's able to exercise his businessmanship with other countries so he can take advantage of them. You know, like years ago, when you could get a gallon of gas for 21 cents. Well, when you got a gallon of gas for 21 cents, you can bet your last money somebody else was losing. That's why the Shah got kicked out of Iran. Somebody else was losing for our benefit, and the Shah was being paid to rip his people off. And that's what happens all across the nation. And this is what you are banking on. I'm telling you how I would do it. I would practice this principle. God, the author of the universe, and all things that exist. God is the author of peace, and God is the author of prosperity. God is the author of your life and my life. And God has required that we treat others like we want to be treated. I believe in that. We never practice that as a nation, as a way of doing business, as you would call it, in this country. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Not exploit them, not take advantage of them like your wife or your friend, female, take her car to the shop and they tell her all kinds of things are wrong. $20 job now costing her $300. Her going to the grocery store, buying some little item that is now the price has been ranked up 300-fold. Or a car that you used to buy years ago for $1,900, now you're paying $35,000, $40,000 for. That's all called a rip-off. That's all business. But if you would treat each other like you want to be treated, that wouldn't happen. In fact, if you treat each other like you want to be treated, you would protect one another. You would make sure that all of the goods and services would be created by individuals who have the expertise to do it, and for their doing that, they would be allowed to take from that reservoir of goods and services what they need and what they see fit. And you wouldn't have to be exploited with taxation. You wouldn't have to be exploited with the IRS or the Federal Reserve or any of that stuff. And on the foreign field, you would treat other countries like you want to be treated. And if you do that, if you're going to still be using money, as it were, gas prices can go back down. Why? Because now you're not trying to rip them off, and they know you're not. And they're not trying to get even. They know that you have something that can benefit them, and they can get it from us just as easily as we get the gas from them. As easily as we get all of the resources that we get from them, they can get what they desire and require from us just as easy. Doing unto them the way we want them to do unto us. We want peace. They want peace. So we do the things of peace. We want prosperity. They want prosperity. So we do the things of prosperity. And when I say prosperity, I'm not talking about individuals getting bucks and trying to reap. Look at our entertainers, how they exploit it. For girls, girl bands and guys, they're putting girls on video naked, knowing that men are weak and going to sit back there and watch them. They can sell those videos because now men are watching naked girls or half-naked girls. And girls watching men with their half-nakedness showing. Now, there was a time we used to listen to the music. We used to listen to the lyrics. Now we're watching the video to see the bodies, who has a fine body, who is this and all that. That's exploitation. But I'm talking about putting that aside. I'm talking about putting gambling aside because you don't have to gamble. I'm talking about selling drugs and stuff like this that like the cartels do. Put that aside because these guys don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to sell drugs. Even alcohol. You don't have to sell alcohol. If people want it, they can get it, but don't have to sell it for profit. If people want to smoke, they can smoke if they want to, kill themselves if they want to. But they don't have to try to get it out there to make money. I'm trying to change society. And I know that this is a righteous way to do it because it causes you nothing but an investment of what gift you have to cause the creation of these goods and services. That's all it costs. And the rewards are great because whatever you want that you never could buy because you never got enough money before, now you can get. The health care that you always wanted that you never could get before because it costs so much, now you can get. The health insurance that costs so much money. Life insurance, should I say. Now, nobody's worried about life insurance because you will be taken care of at the end of your life. And it's not going to cost anybody anything except what they do already, except what they give their lives to do. And the rewards, my friend, are heavenly. Now, if you want to know what I would do to make America great, that's what I would do. I would try God's plan. I wouldn't try the Republicans' plan or the Democrats' plan. All that is a bunch of crap. I would try God's plan. But in order for me to be able to be in the position to try God's plan, there got to be some people in America who wants to give God a shot, who wants to give God a chance, who will go to those polls and write in Eddie Marcus, the next president of the United States, to give God a chance to prove his love for you through the answering of your prayers, that your dreams might be met in those bodies, wherever you live, during these times. Come on, can't nobody else do it for you